Hello, good morning. This is Suresh Kumar. Guys, today we'll study some topic of 12th class political science. As you know that there are the two books of 12th class. One name of the first book is that the Politics in India Since Independence, and the name of the second book is that Contemporary World Politics. So guys, today we'll study some topics of the book second, that is name of that book is Politics in India Since Independence. So in Politics in India Since Independence, in this book there are 8 chapters. In these 8 chapters, today we'll just study chapter number 1. Name of chapter is Challenges of Nation Building. This is the name of this first chapter of book Politics in India Since Independence of 12th class political science. So guys, first of all, before moving to this chapter, first of all, just study about the nation building. What do you mean by nation building? What do you mean by nation? Guys, if we talk about the nation and state, there is a difference between the nation and state. Nation, state and government. These are 3 terminologies. First is the nation. Nation means you have psychological sentiment towards one's nation, towards your nations, toward your country. For example, if 2 Indians move to America, despite that they belong to any state of India, but they are the citizen of India. Although they are legally citizen of India, but they have the sentiment of India, that they are the citizen of that country. So this is the emotional sentiment, emotional attachment, that is the nation. Then there is a state. According to Westphalia Treaty of 16 Westphalia Treaty, there are the 4 elements of the states. First, there should be a territory, then there should be the population, then there should be the government, and 4th element is the sovereignty. So these are the 4 elements of state. And when we talk about the government is different from state, because government is elected after a particular time period. Government of one political party can change after the coming of the regime, after coming to regime by another government. So another political party. So that is the difference between the nation, state and government. So this is the difference. Now let's move to the chapter. What do you mean by the challenges of, what is the content of this chapter? First of the chapter tells about the partition of India and independence of India. As we know that India and Pakistan got independence on 14th and 15th August of 1947. Pakistan got the independence on 14th August and India got independence on 15th August. So on the midnight of the 14th and 15th August, there was a declaration that India and Pakistan will be partitioned and they will be independent from the British sovereignty. After that, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru gave a speech. In that he mentioned that we will march our own tryst with the destiny. That speech was given by Pandit Nehru. Now, as we know that India and Pakistan were partitioned on the basis of the two-nation theory that was initially given by and propounded by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, who was the founder of Mountain Anglo-Oriental College and Aligarh Muslim University, that is located in Aligarh in Uttar Pradesh. So the two-nation theory was initially given by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, and he was the brainchild of this theory, and he was also brainwashed for this theory by a British principal of the Aligarh Muslim University. The name of that professor was Theodore Beck. So, but after that, that theory was succeeded by Muhammad Ali Jinnah. As you know that Muhammad Ali Jinnah is also called the Qaid-e-Azam in Pakistan, was the founder, is considered as the father of Pakistan. So on the basis of this two nation theory, India and Pakistan got divided. And what do you mean by this two nation theory? It means the Hindustan or India for Hindus and Pakistan for Muslims. So that was the two nation theory. Now let's move to the three challenges that India faced after independence. Three challenges. First challenge was to shape the nation. To shape the nation. What does it mean by to shape the nation? As we know that when India got independence, at the time there were the 565 princely states. India was fragmented. India and Pakistan both were the part of the same British dominion, and they were fragmented. There were the separate princely states. There were the different British provinces, chief commissioner provinces. So at the time there was no sentiment of nation at that time. So to save the nation means to unite those 565 princely states plus 11 British provinces. So British provinces and 4 chief commissioner provinces. But as you know that according to the cabinet mission plan, let's briefly move to the cabinet mission plan. According to that plan that came in 1946, according to that plan, the Indian states were divided into 3 categories. In the category 1, there will be the UP, CP, Madras, Bombay, Bihar, Odisha. They will be in category 1, and in category 2 there will be the Balochistan, northeast frontier, then Eastern Bengal, then Balochistan and Punjab. These were part of the group B, and the Bengal and Assam, Bengal and Punjab, they were in part 3. So according to British Parliament, the Union government will have the subjects like defense, communication, military, and other remaining subjects will be delivered to the states, the units, and those states also have the freedom to form the alliance, to form the federation, confederations. Therefore, the cabinet mission plan was considered as a loose federation, and it was not accepted by the Indian National Congress and also by the Muslim League. And Muhammad Ali Jinnah declared it as a more written constitution. Therefore, that according to that cabinet mission plan, when India and Pakistan got divided, then after the first challenge before the Indian leadership was to save the nations. It means to uniting all the 565 princely states plus 11 British provinces plus chief commissioner provinces, 3 chief commissioner provinces. The 1 chief commissioner province, that was Balochistan, went to Pakistan, but 3 chief commissioner provinces like Coorg, Delhi and Ajmer Meerut remained with India. So that was the first challenge. When we talk about the second challenge, then second challenge was to establish democratic system. Democracy. What do you mean by democracy? As we know that till now we had been under the British sovereignty, under the British crown. That's why we were not democratic at that time. So that to establish democracy means to set up the new nation election commission, and then to educate Indian citizens, to create the awareness about the elections, to create awareness about the universal adult franchise system. These were the some measures that were taken by the Indian leadership to establish the democracy. As you know that in 1950, there was the election commission was established in 1950 on 25th January 1950. So that was the second challenge to establish democracy. And the third challenge was about the before the Indian leadership was there to ensure the development of entire sections of societies. What does it mean by the two entire sections of societies? As we know that at the time of the independence, approximately 17 crore people were the literate at that time, and approximately 10% people held that at the time the property, they were the landowners. That's why, to ensure that there should be a socio-economic justice, there should be the equality, although liberty should also be there, but to ensure the principle of equitable distribution of the resources, the government at the time when it enacted the constitution, it enshrined the fundamental rights for the liberty and directive principle of state policy for the equality, for the development of the citizens, or socio-economic development of citizens. So these were the measures that were taken by the government of India. So these were the three challenges before the independent government of India when it got divided into India and Pakistan. And now let's move to the other topic. The second topic is that the process of the partition. As you know that process of partition. As you know that India and Pakistan was divided on the basis of two nation theory. So India got partitioned, and on 17th August, the Sir Cyril Radcliffe divided India into two countries by bifurcating through a line, that line of Radcliffe. And why it is called the Radcliffe? Because Sir Cyril Radcliffe divided India into Pakistan. He was a British lawyer, so he was given this responsibility of demarcating the India into India and Pakistan. So Radcliffe line is encircled between India and Pakistan, and on the other side there is another eastern Pakistan. At present time it is Bangladesh. There is also a Radcliffe line. So Radcliffe line was published on 17th August. So at that time, people suddenly got surprised that where we had to move, where was our country? As we know that the issue got communally divided. So at the time, Amritsar, that was under the Lahore at that time, and Kolkata became the communal zones, because according to two nation theory, Hindu for Hindustan and Muslim for Pakistan. So people got confused at that time. So at that time, even it is called that there were some problems that were before independent India in the partition, was that India and the Pakistan was on the both side of India, in the eastern side and western side. So India was in between of these two territory of Pakistan. So Pakistan was not an adjacent territory. First challenge was that. The first problem was that. Second problem was that some Muslims even didn't want to merge with Pakistan. For example, that person is known as the Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. He is also called the Frontier Gandhi, and he is also called the Khudai Khidmatgar. He was a Pathan. He did not want to merge with the Pakistan. Then another challenge was that within the Muslim majority area in present days West Bengal and in present days Punjab, some people were minorities. For example, Muslims and Hindu. So for example, Hindu and Sikhs were in minorities in Muslim provinces, Muslim majority areas. So that was another challenge. So these were some challenges, problems before the leadership of India in the partitions. Now let's deal about the process. When we talk about the process and consequences, its consequences क्या थे इसके? What were the consequences? When we talk about the consequences, the properties of the Hindus in Muslim majority areas and of the Muslims in Hindu majority area were confiscated. Women were raped, maimed, and murdered. Children and women were kidnapped, and there was a, as some historians say that there was a division of hearts, and Amritsar and Kolkata became the communal zone. Even not only the immovable property but movable property were also divided. And we know that at the time approximately 10 lakh people were murdered, 80 lakh people migrated from India to Pakistan and Pakistan to India. But in 1951, that 12% Muslims were there in India. That figure is given in your book. Now, so these were some problems that and consequences that India faced at the time of independence. So these were some issues, that two topics that we covered in today's lecture. Tomorrow we will study we will bring some new topics with new facts and new concepts. Till then, thank you. Bye bye.